Welcome to Fundamentals in Reporting, Aggregate Safety Reporting Best Practices. Aggregate safety reporting involves the collection, evaluation, and submission of consolidated safety data for a drug from both clinical trials and post-marketing phases. The goal is to assess the benefit-risk balance of medicinal products through systematic and periodic reviews. Key reports in this process includes PSURs, which is Periodic Safety Update Reports, which focuses on a drug safety profile, and the Periodic Benefit Risk Evaluation Report, otherwise known as PBRs, which provide a broader perspective by including both the risk and benefits. Some key objectives of PSURs and PBRERs. Monitoring ongoing safety. It helps to detect new safety signals and reassess known adverse reactions. It helps to ensure regulatory compliance. It helps to meet local and global pharmacovigilance obligations, and helps to maintain public trust by providing transparent evaluations of risks and benefits. Example, after the launch of a vaccine, safety data from a global database such as a Vigibase flagged myocarditis as a rare adverse effect. A periodic benefit risk evaluation report addressed this finding by balancing it with data supporting the vaccine's benefits in disease prevention. Understanding periodic safety update reports. PSURs are post-marketing safety reports that provide detailed analysis of adverse drug reactions. Their focus is on identifying, evaluating, and mitigating risks. Some key components of PSURs provides a summary of significant safety concerns, includes newly identified risks, example ADRs in special populations like pediatrics or geriatrics. Estimated patient exposure demonstrates how widely the drug has been used. Changes to reference safety information or RSIs. It highlights updates to product characteristics or label warnings. Example, a PSUR highlighted an increase in reported liver injuries among patients on a new diabetic medication. This led to a label change recommending liver function tests. Best practices for PSURs. Timely submissions. Adhere strictly to regional deadlines, example 90 days after data log point for 12-month intervals. Data integration combines data from clinical trials, spontaneous reports, and observational studies. Master application to simulate the creation of a PSUR for a hypothetical anti-inflammatory drug based on adverse events reported globally. Understanding periodic benefit risk evaluation reports. PBRs are a more comprehensive version of PSURs, which focuses not only on risks but also the benefits of a drug and its overall benefit-risk balance. A key evolution. It transitioned from PSURs in 2012 as per the ICH E2C R2 guidelines. A periodic benefit risk evaluation report provides periodic evaluative insights based on cumulative safety and efficacy data. Main components of PBRERs. Executive summary. Concise summary of the report including conclusions. Evaluation of new data focuses on adverse drug reactions in specific populations such as renal impairment. Benefit risk analysis takes into account post-marketing efficacy data. For instance, a PBRER for a cancer drug showed reduced mortality rates in real-world settings, validating its high benefit despite significant side effects. Some best practices for PBRERs. Cumulative analysis. Usage of real-world evidence is very important in PBRERs, such as social media and hospital data, etc. Transparent benefit risk methodology. It discusses trade-offs clearly by stating both the benefits and the risks. Regulatory alignment. It ensures compliance with region-specific additions. Example, the EURD list for the European Union. A mastery application would be for us to create a benefit risk framework for a hypothetical PBRER using a dataset reflecting 2 years of post-marketed data. Some key differences between PSURs and PBRERs. Focus for PSUR is primarily safety, whereas PBRER is safety and therapeutic benefits. Its scope with PSUR is limited to known adverse drug reactions and safety changes, whereas the PBRER details benefit risk evaluations. A PSUR is needed during the early post-marketing phase. A PBRER is required throughout the product's life cycle. An example of PSUR is ADR trends in geriatrics. A PBRER is efficacy data from oncology trials. For a statin drug, a PSUR identified worsening muscle pain in patients, while a PBRER also explored its long-term impact on cardiovascular outcomes. Regulatory compliance and submission timelines. Submission timelines. PSURs and PBRERs for non-generic drugs must align with defined intervals, such as 6 months post-approval, 1-year intervals for the first 2 years of post-approval, or 3-year intervals thereafter. Global compliance would be the ICH E2C R2 guidelines, which sets global standards for the periodic safety reporting, and also has to comply with local mandates, which are additional timelines for emerging markets. For instance, the EMA's EURD list stipulates submission frequencies based on active substances as well as region-specific safety concerns. A master application to evaluate discrepancies in global PSUR or PBR timelines and recommend harmonization strategies. Challenges and mistakes to avoid. Incomplete data collection. Excluding anecdotal data, example social media reporting, is a problem. Late submissions. Missed timelines can lead to regulatory penalties. Poor risk-benefit balance assessments. Failure to include efficacy data in benefit-risk analysis. Overcoming challenges. The usage of standardized templates, which is ICH recommended, would be helpful. To automate aggregate data collection through electronic systems such as an ECTD software would also serve as a huge boost. For instance, failure to accurately report adverse drug reaction trends in indigenous populations led to restricted approvals for hepatitis drug in certain regions. An application method for us will be to use risk management plans to proactively address safety gaps as part of PBRER preparation exercises.